What's the one piece of career advice you wish someone had given you when you were first starting out?
What I like to say is life begins at the edge of our comfort zone. So in the past 8 years, I've had multiple roles due to the volatility of the startup space. I've found that can label me as being a bit of a job hopper, which is unfavorable when applying for work. But in the last 8 years, I've found working in different environments has significantly improved my capabilities and my competencies in contrast to the starter of my career, when I was rather static and grew very slowly. I was in insurance for 10 years. So the advice I wish I received was to go and try consulting and try to work in a startup, although 20 years ago, there really wasn't such a thing as a startup. But I believe working in these type of environments builds a resilience, adaptability, ownership, horizontal skill sets, and a big picture view of why software development exists, which is effectively to solve problems and enable customer aspirations.
Can you share a pivotal moment in your career journey that made significant impact?
Yes. Okay. There's been plenty, but a really big one for me, which absolutely adjusted where I wanted to go in my career, was in 2014. And I was in an insurance company as a senior engineer, and I was mentoring 4 undergraduates, and they were discounted by others in the department because of their youth and lack of experience. But I saw a lot of potential in the added diversity of the team and the opportunity and the new ways of doing things. So I enabled them to innovate. And they brought these ideas that revolutionized how we did business. And at that point, I thought, I may not be the best developer in the world or the best analyst, but I can enable an uplift and coordinate others to be their best selves and to drive operational success. And it was that moment where I thought, I should go into engineering leadership because I can make a real change here. And while I still get on the tools every now and then, my real skills are technology and project strategy.
How do you approach challenges and setbacks in your professional life? And what's your go-to strategy for overcoming them?
Yes. Well, it depends on the challenges and the setbacks we're talking about. To me, life is chaos. And the only constant in life is change. There are many things that we can't control, but what we can control is how we react to them and what order we decide to bring into the chaos. And this is effectively risk and resilience and opportunity management. To me, a critical skill in the IT profession is learning what to do when things don't go to plan. It could be something minor like a bug ending up a prod, project delivery has met a roadblock such as no downstream APIs are available, or a key member of the team is unwell, or even something like a redundancy or a business collapse. So I like to say, find the certainty within the uncertainty and navigate until there's a way forward. Even if that means creating the certainty yourself, such as the API doesn't exist, then mock the API. Look for the opportunities and pivot to reach the overarching goals. I think we're the most advanced animal on this planet, and yet sometimes we get overwhelmed when we face what seems like monumental problems. I think it's important to remember that we can achieve amazing things, but the first step is believing in our ability to solve those problems. We may not have those solutions, but we have the ability to find those. For example, I recently became redundant. This was about 3 weeks ago, and I found it incredibly difficult to find a new role at my level. So instead of waiting around, I started my own business and took charge of my own livelihood. Henry Ford says, if you believe you can or you can't, you're right. So I think we're better than to doubt our abilities. Analyze, coordinate, orchestrate, whatever you need to make the most of what you have. And that's my advice in that area.